Hello, welcome back to Tuesday Tips at 2 with the Goldbergs. I'm Danny Goldberg, sans Sarah Goldberg this week. Tune in next time and perhaps she'll return. This week we're going to be speaking about contracts. A little bit of contracts because it's a gigantic overall topic. And I'm just going to give you a few basic pointers about this massively important aspect of your life. Yes, you and your life. Contracts govern pretty much all aspects of your life that the government does not regulate. Ooh, that government. In essence, a contract is probably the thing that governs your life more so than anything else. There's a contract to rent an apartment, a contract to work for an employer, a contract to purchase a house. Shoot, you even have a contract with your dry cleaner when he's doing your dry cleaning, and with the grocery store when you're purchasing food. A contract does not have to be in writing. It's an agreement between two parties to do something in return for something. Generally, there's a meeting of the minds. Then there's an offer, an acceptance of the offer, something given in consideration for it, that is, something of value. There is no contract when someone promises to lend his friend the car in return for absolutely nothing. Instead, a contract is when something is given in return for something else. Contracts have been part of, and I would say, a defining feature of the Western civilization since biblical times. Indeed, it was Abraham that reached a contract or a brit, not only with the landowner to purchase a cave so that he could bury his deceased wife Sarah, but even with God himself to govern the relationship between him and his future heirs and God. Contracts are important for you, and you have a role in how they play out. There are some contracts where you might not be able to negotiate. Say, this grocery store sells this product at this price, and you don't want that. It's your right to say, no, I will go elsewhere. Then there are other contracts where you do have a say. Let's, for example, say that you're negotiating with a new employer what the terms of your employment might be, or with a contractor to build out your house. Those are contracts where you do have a say, and you might have some thoughts in terms of what the terms might be. So here are some practical points on what you should be doing when negotiating a contract. Just like you're allowed to walk away from a store and say no to a particular deal that you don't like, you're allowed to walk away when you're negotiating a contract from terms that you don't like, or to threaten to do so. You may tell someone, no, I don't want that. How about this? But how do you know what those things are? Well, first thing first, think about what you want out of this relationship with this business or with this individual. Think about that properly. Do not approach a deal thinking that everything will work out great, because otherwise, what's the point of a contract? Contracts are there to govern what happens when things don't work out so well. It amazes me how many of my clients come on in here, sophisticated businessmen, that had handshake deals thinking, oh, shoot, my partner and I will never disagree on anything. This vendor will always abide by our agreement, and everyone will always be in agreement about what the terms are. It's a fallacy, because humans are humans, and there will be disagreements. There will always be disagreements, whether in the execution of an agreement or actually how it came about. But Danny, so many of the contracts that I deal with are giant form contracts for software that I purchase. I don't have any say in that. Wrong. Read the contract. If you are uncomfortable with, let's say, a giant form contract for some software, you don't have to use the software. You don't have to have a particular app that might invade all of your privacy. Recently I read about a program called TikTok. It's trying to emulate Instagram. In the agreement, you sign away any right to any privacy, not only for that particular program, but for anything on your phone. It's wild. You don't have to do it. And other times there are software agreements and other form agreements where you might want, and you think, oh, well, it's not so bad. I shouldn't even bother reading it. Wrong again. Often there are arbitration clauses and giant class action lawsuit provisions that say you're not allowed to partake in that unless you send an email or written notice to that provider. Point being, think about what contract you want. Think about the terms you want from any sort of relationship. State those out loud, and don't be afraid and don't be shy to stand by your desire. Whatever you do, don't sign something that you have no idea whatsoever what is involved therein. I'm Danny Goldberg, inviting you to tune in next week when I'll be right here in this chair, as most likely I will be forced back. Be well, take care. Until then.